Hey everyone, danheilman here. This is going to be another Summoner's Glory video. Today is going to be free to play episode 3. I'm going to go through the progress I've made on my account here, what I've done, what I'm working towards, and just kind of how I've boosted my team power and how I've progressed my account. So there's a couple things I have done since episode 2 here. Episode 2 I was level 60. I am now level 92. This is just from doing content, and you get experience basically from everything. Running instances, doing quests. You get a really good amount from the Element Lord doing these here. I've tried to keep these running almost every day. I got a lot of resources built up from clearing the Demon Tower and the Easter event. So I've been really just trying to use those resources to better all my teams. I'll show you kind of my team lineup, what I've changed here. So I pulled a Merlin, which was huge, and a Ancaris, actually, which I'm not using, and a Duke of Fate here. So I guess I was using Duke of Fate before, but I'm using Merlin now instead. So the only reason I'm not using Ancaris instead of Merlin is because I use Ancaris on my main account, and I wanted to build Merlin out to see how he is. After I looked at the damage numbers of everyone, I noticed that Merlin actually hits extremely hard. So Merlin is who I'm going to focus on actually in this team here. So the way this team kind of works is what I'm going for here is I'm trying to make my Zeus the fastest, and I'll go through my runes after this and kind of show you how I'm trying to do that. So I want my Zeus to be the fastest so that he can put Paralyze down. And then I want Merlin and Duke of Fate to go because they both hit very hard. So the Paralyze will help them hit harder. And Merlin and Duke of Fate here have attack bar absorbs. So that's all the CC I'm using in this team really, besides my Sea Warrior here who does the reduced speed. So this team is kind of going to be my endgame team. I'm not using any stun champions because in endgame content, you can't really stun anyways because everything's immune. The only CC I have is attack bar absorb for these two here and decrease speed on my Sea Warrior. And also Duke of Fate does put confuse on, which is useful. You can't land it on immune targets, but confuse is kind of cool. So if you put confuse on someone, they have a chance they basically just attack randomly. So they can attack someone they weren't trying to attack, or they can even attack their own team or even themselves. So it's kind of useful. It's hugely RNG based, but I really just wanted to try Duke of Fate because he hits very hard. All right, so let me pull up my damage sheet. I did a damage comparison here between all 3 of these phantoms because they're all very similar phantoms. They all are magic attack based, hard hitting phantoms. So all of these 3 were Evo 3 when I did this comparison. They were all similar levels, and I kind of just wanted to compare how much damage they did. And how I did this was I literally just took a video I recorded and I slowed it down and I wrote down the damage numbers and compared them here. So you can see for Merlin, non-crit, I had 3 numbers, I averaged them together, average hit of 8.5k. Crits were 12.8k roughly. I did the same for Zeus. Average hit here is 10.5k. Average hit for Duke of Fate, 20.7k. Duke of Fate hits hard. He hits hard. We'll go down here and we'll kind of look at damage numbers now. So this is only single target. So this is assuming that they only hit 1 target. Obviously, all 3 of these phantoms hit more than 1 target. So if you're facing a team that has 3 targets, Merlin's going to do 100,000 damage. Zeus is going to do 31,000 damage, and Duke of Fate's going to do 62,000 damage. If you're hitting 5 targets, again, Merlin does the same amount of damage because he has a random hitter. So he just hits targets at random. He doesn't hit every target. So again, he's going to do 103,000 damage. Zeus is going to do 52,000 damage, and Duke of Fate's going to do 103,000 damage. So Duke of Fate actually hits extremely hard, and he's got that added ability of absorbing attack bar. So Duke of Fate is looking pretty strong. Not to mention Merlin is looking extremely strong too. So he's going to hit roughly the same. I put the magic attack and HP in here just to compare those numbers a little bit. Zeus actually has the lowest base magic attack out of these 3 phantoms. And Merlin and Duke of Fate are pretty much the same. I was just wanting to throw it up there. Kind of interesting. I've been testing Merlin. I want to see how hard he hits. And I've been testing Duke of Fate. I'm trying to use phantoms that I don't use on my main account. So on my main account, you know, I'm using Goddess Zoe, Ancaris, Sea Conqueror, and Lord of Shadows. So I'm trying not to use any of those on my current team. So another thing I've really been working on here is just trying to get everyone evoed and leveled up. So before, all of my phantoms were Evo 3. I got Merlin to Evo 4, and now I've saved this actually. I'm about to get my Zeus and my Duke of Fate to Evo 4 as well. So I had enough mats. I barely scraped by with enough mats to do this, but I do have enough mats to get these guys going here. No, I don't. I'm 30,000 gold. Short. Okay, so I will come back to that. Anyways, what else have I done? So, mastery test. I've worked on my mastery test. This is good because these are just passive stats that upgrade your character and all of your phantoms. So it may not seem like a lot, but this goes across the board to all the phantoms you have. So it's useful. My main account is 2 gold stars. Here I'm still at 2 bronze. It goes bronze, silver, then gold for color of stars. I also finally was able to clear the story. There's a bug right now, so I'm not actually on story 12 because story 12 doesn't even exist. This is supposed to be story 7. After story 6, it went to story 12. They just have the number there wrong. But anyways, I cleared enough of the story so that I unlocked enchantments. And I was lucky enough to get 2 enchantments here. So that's been a big help. I didn't have any enchantments before, so it's nice. This Titanic Might is very good for beginner accounts. This actually does a lot of damage, and it has a 60% chance of stunning. And this is for all enemies. So it's great CC. And then this is the one that I think just get standard, Divine Judgment. I think that's the first one you get. I finally was able to clear Wolf Demon on the Demon Fortress here. I've been struggling with my runes. I mean, you always struggle with runes in the beginning because you're always getting, you know, uncommon or common runes, you know, the white or the green runes. And I was finally able to clear up to here so that I'm able to get blue runes. And I'll kind of show you the runes on my phantoms, how I have them set up right now. So in the end, I do want my Zeus to go first. So what I'm going to focus on doing here, what I'm trying to do here is I want the 4-piece harvest because it increases all of my speed by 10%. So that's a huge speed boost. That multiplies all your speed. To give you that right there. So that's your base speed, 10%. So if I look at my base speed, 300, that should give me 30 alone just for my base speed. So that sounds right there. I got 30, so that means I should have roughly 12 speed, 9, and I bet I have 3 somewhere else. Yep, right there. So boom, that's how you get those numbers. So what I'm going to focus on here is you always want to focus on these 2 runes first. Focus on your speed rune, and then focus on your crit rune. In the beginning, those are going to give you the most amount of damage. You really want to be going first, and you want to be critting. That's how you do your damage here. So I especially want him to go even faster. So I really want to level up this speed rune on Zeus a lot because I do want him to go first. Because Paralyze means that everyone's going to take 20% more damage. So I definitely want him to go first, put Paralyze on the enemy team, and then I want my 2 big damage dealers to go after and do some serious damage. So let's look at these 2 here. Oops. I have the 4-piece harvest runes on this guy as well, which I honestly don't want them because his speed is too high and he's going before my Zeus right now. So that's kind of annoying, but I just am using these because you get these from the daily login rewards. This one I actually just purchased from the black market. If you're really struggling for runes early on, you can go to the black market and buy them here. See, look at, here's 1.98 million. These are awesome runes. Squall runes are awesome. It's a legendary gold rune. So awesome rune, but it's expensive. So if you're really itching to get better runes, you can buy them out of here, but it'll definitely delete your gold pretty quickly. So just keep that in mind. You know, because otherwise the only way to get legendary runes is to be able to clear all the way down to Fortress level 7 here. So just keep that in mind. Let me go back to runes and continue what I was talking about here. So, Merlin, I want effect accuracy. Effect accuracy is useless for Merlin, is what I wanted to say, because he only does attack bar absorb. So he doesn't land any debuffs. He does not need accuracy. So you can use effect resistance no problem on him. Again, I'm going to max this crit rate and this speed rune first, because those are have the most impact on your phantoms. Let me go through, look at my Duke of Fate. Duke of Fate, I do want some accuracy. I don't have good accuracy runes, so I don't have one on him, but you do want some accuracy on him. Not for his attack bar absorb, again, that does not need accuracy, but you do want it to land his confusion. Confusion is a pretty nice little buff. Let me just show you his ability right here. So this ability is actually an awesome ability. It does 270% magic damage, which is very strong multiplier, and he has a very solid base magic attack. So hard-hitting phantom, but the cool part is it has a 50% chance to absorb everyone's attack bars by 30%. So I think it's 50% each try. It's like a roll for each enemy it hits. And then, so that's useful as some CC, not to mention that it puts the confusion on. So whenever attacking, 50% chance of inflicting confusion. And I talked about confusion earlier. It's a decent buff, not the best in the game, but very useful. Let's move on to the runes on my last teammate here, Sea Warrior. So if I go look at his runes, I don't have any of these leveled up. I really want crit rate on him because his slow requires a crit. So my crit rate's low. It's only 18%. I don't have a lot of speed on him either. So he definitely has some runes to work on. He's kind of just there for a filler. I could probably just use Sea Conqueror instead. These three are doing, the majority of work on my team here. So that's my team. That's what I've worked on for my phantoms. I also was able to get Rich Goblins up to 80. So I was having trouble clearing this Rich Goblins 80 before. But after I started using Merlin and I got him up to Evo 3 and got some runes on him, I was really able to clear a lot more content. Merlin seems to be helping my team a lot, and I'm really excited to build him up very high. I think Merlin on this account will be my first Evo 8, so I'm really going to be pushing to get him up because I really wanted to test him out for a long time. But it was awesome. I was finally able to get to Rich Goblins 80. This is huge for just being able to get gold. Obviously, it's only open every other day, but it's really the best method to get gold. So I'm happy I finally got up to 8. I can finally get more gold and progress this account even further. I also went back and cleared some more Demon Tower. I'm actually pretty high in Demon Tower, and I just used my BlueStacks macro to continue hit the retry or next. It's in the same location, so I used the same macro that I used to farm. I only have one macro, and it's just the restart one. And it basically just clicks in the middle of the screen where the button is constantly every 2 seconds. I use this to auto farm all sorts of different things. And it works for the Demon Tower. So you can start there at level 1, hit play, and it'll go all the way through up as high as it goes. So that's just interesting to know. I did mess around in the Trove a little bit. I wasn't able to grab anything. You do need 2,400 diamonds to guarantee that you can clear out this entire page. So if you're looking, you want to save at least 2,400 diamonds to be able to buy out that page. Just a heads up. That's great for getting enchantments and other things like that. You can get gear, but the gear level is based on your character level. So just keep that in mind. Again, this is a free-to-play account. I haven't bought anything. You can still see I got the newbie gift, all these gifts up here. I have not purchased anything on this account. So yeah, that's the progress on my free-to-play account. It's what I've done, what I've been working for. Hope you enjoyed the video. Go down, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to my channel, and I hope you guys have a great day. See ya.